Mr. Chairperson, ladies and gentlemen, Assalamu alaikum. Actually, I had in mind that I would speak English, but when I found that our overseas friend is very much conversant in Bangla, so I'd like to mix up my language.
No problem.
Before I go into say something, I would like to answer the point raised by the commitment and leadership by the government. আমি এখানে আপনাদেরকে একটা জিনিস বলতে চাই, সেটা হলো I don't know where is Mr. Rani. Whenever we had the digital fair last year, we were actually giving commitment to the Honorable Prime Minister, and I was actually personally giving that before we go for another fair in the same time next year, we will ensure that 2 crore people are covered by the e-services. She became quite surprised. Now I think we are very happy to say that we have been able to ensure that by installing Union Information Services and district one-stop service or e-services, whatever you say. So these two actually have provided a wonderful opportunity to the people, particularly the rural people, the poor people, illiterate people, to come into the services, e-services, and thereby actually cutting down a lot of time and their money and remaining away from the all kinds of crime, corruption and bribery. So we don't have any shortage of commitment. I was just talking to the chairperson when I came here that we have arranged a new project to actually introduce new laptop in our country. One of our government industry has taken the initiative. So I was thinking, can you not come up to make a share of it, or take the whole project with the public initiative? So we don't have a shortage of commitment. Yes, people. You see, the Union Information Services and and Services Centers, which we have started, we have handed over those to the public entrepreneurs. We have made it a business center, but we have provided a room in each and every union Parishad complex, and we are providing all kinds of facilities. We have around 859 union Parishad where we don't have electricity facilities, but BCC is providing solar panel. Do you know, when I went to Chorpukri, do you remember Mrs. Helen Clark, whenever she came, whenever I was actually talking to the general people that henceforth you can get your son admitted to the Shahjamal University of Sylhet by staying here, they became quite amazed. And whenever they got some actually example of it, they were really amazed. So we don't have the shortage of commitment. But one more thing I want to mention before I say something, that by providing, we had two actually major principles in ourselves. First is the service at the doorstep of the people. You will go for e-management or e-governance, whatever you call, but we must ensure that the people get the services by staying as far as possible. Not that in each and every case we will be able to get the service from your home, but the rural people, the majority of the people, the service they actually want, they can get it from the Union Information Service or any business center or from his own computer at home, which has got internet facilities. And number two is the cut down the negative authority. He worked as deputy commissioner. I worked as a deputy commissioner. So deputy commissioner, they enjoy a lot of authorities. The IG, the DIG, SP, they enjoy a lot of. As custom commissioner, he has a lot of authority. But we want to cut down those kind of authority. We want to introduce those facilities where I am giving a very good news. We are going to have an integration with the customs very shortly for Chittagong ports digitization. I am the national project director of the good governance project in the country. So one of the components is the CTMS in Chittagong Port, Computerized Terminal Management System. It has been completed. Next week we will go. Mr. Anil will also go. I invited him. Maybe we will be taking one member from India, and ADB country director. He has also been very happy, and finance minister has become amazed by coming to know that you have already completed this kind of facilities in the country. You see, if we can make the Chittagong Port very transparent and very honest and quick servicing organization, the total trade and commerce of the country will be different. So we are going to have that. We did not announce that for some other reasons, but we have installed. It will be run in the same way that Singapore Port is run. The same consultant they are working. Now we have to integrate those things between. Custom has already automated everything. It was the Chittagong Port. So Indian Information Service, District Service, these are actually providing wonderful facilities to the general people. So we want to introduce those kind of activities which can give maximum benefit to the maximum people. Now, you see, it may not be possible for each and everybody to go into the to know the address of each and every website of the country. So now, from 21st of February, we are opening e-Tathya-Kosh. So that will be stored in BCC. So if you know e-Tathya-Kosh, it will be good enough. So from e-Tathya-Kosh, you can get all kinds of information at the same time services. Even if you want to go to TIM facilities, maybe you don't know the web address, but if you go to e-Tathya-Kosh, you will get everything. Yes, we have to go for some promotion and campaign for them. So we are trying our best to do that, and we hope. But what I personally feel, now I have become a little bit computer illiterate. Back in 1988-89, I was GIS, MIS expert, I was programmer, advanced programming, everything. I was very much oriented with those things. A lot of international consultants worked with me when I was working with the SIDA and Dutch. But now I have become absolutely illiterate. Now I don't have to operate the computer, but now I'm working with the management. Probably the need of NIA, nobody requires the need of NIA as much as I need, because I work at the apex of the country where I'm actually looking after the e-management implementation. They have been giving us the technical support and they are providing us all kinds of assistance. But as far as the implementation is concerned, I have a very vital role. So I always thought that we need some coordination. We have to ensure the service to the doorstep of the people. 4 or 5 small points, I don't want to elaborate. Number one is the coordination. Yes, now we are having much more coordination. Yes, you can complain that still we are not well coordinated. Yes, I don't disagree. I give one example. Our 17 to 80% of the total budget is spent for social safety net program. So these were scattered. Nobody knew what actually was happening. So this year we have formulated a national monitoring committee. But one of the important jobs is to go for that database of the total population who are eligible to be covered by social safety net. Earlier, what could happen? We would start research work or survey. You go for data, but we have not yet started. We have called the statistics department, we have called the education department, someone actually raising the point. We have called the primary education, we have called LG, health and other things. And also we will talk to the income tax and election commission, of course. How can we use the present data? If not, then how can we develop a uniform format which can be mentioned by many in each and every case? So yes, it is actually coming into our mind. So we are actually going into that way. And another thing is the attitudinal change. That is a very vital, particularly if you talk about the government servant. So attitudinal change, I thought it could be a barrier, but now I find it has become a very, very notable aspect. Just few days ago, a person from United States, he applied to get Shadinata Divas Puruskar, Independence Award, that is the highest award of the country. And the lady officer who works with me, she came to me, sir, he had some shortcoming. I have already conveyed it through the email that you have this shortcoming, you have to apply in this manner. You see, this is the change. Otherwise, earlier what could happen? You would have put it up, this is the problem, these are the objections. Now, I didn't instruct her anything. She on her own actually did it. So it is taking place. When we went to the Joshua, as Deputy Commissioner, we thought that those people who work in the record room or those people who work in the treasury, they would be very, very sad. They would be creating obstruction in providing one-stop service because they had got a lot of benefit. They could show, although he was very low-level staff, but he could exercise a lot of authority. He could get a lot of benefit. But now they are not being able. But I found each and everybody is looking to be proud that I am giving service to the people by using the e-facilities. So this has given really a tremendous enthusiasm in our mind. We are hopeful that we can do a lot of things. So I don't want to elaborate that much. So, but I mainly raise the point that we have to go for good coordination, and I think this architecture will provide that. I need that very much. And then service to the doorstep, we have to ensure that we have to introduce those things by which the people or incumbent can get the service by staying away from the office. We have to keep the people away from the office. And number 3 is that we have to go for massive promotion and campaign. There is no question about it. We are doing that. And attitudinal change has been taking place. We are actually trying to educate them. And as far as the HRD concerned, we don't want to have that much of a highly qualified people in administration. We will go for UI from the private sector, because that is not my concern. If I want to install any very highly technical things, I will go for UI. Now we have called for tender for installing video conferencing system in all the offices, in all the district, division headquarters, cabinet division, ministries and the prime minister, so that everybody can be online whenever some district level conference is going on. So these are the things actually we want. And then one more thing, we have to make the people aware what you want. And first you take your own effort where you can get it. Every now and then I get telephone, Anwar bhai, I need this, Anwar bhai, I need that one, I need a CRPC, I need a conduct rule, I need a rules of business. You see, when I need a personal copy of rules of business or CRPC, I have to go to the New Market, to Aligarh Library or Book Syndicate to buy it. One day I was actually special guest in Sonargaon on RTI. Everybody was charging me that we don't get any information from the government. If you go to these two library, you will get all publications or government publications. So we have to let other people know. However, I have taken too much of time. I think our concerted effort and our coordinated effort will certainly provide a lot of things and good things in future. And I'm sure we are in the right way. Maybe you don't agree with us, but we want the private sector to be equally involved with us. There is no question. As far as the services are concerned, those should be handed over to the private sector. I hope we'll get full cooperation from the private sector. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Anwar bhai, for your vote of confidence in the private sector and your open arms invitation to involve the private sector in the e-government programs of the government. And I'm sure all the private sector companies and individuals would be more than eager to help the government in making e-government initiatives a success. So this brings us to the close of today's program. So I want to thank Mr. Fakhruzaman for the wonderful keynote. And I also want to thank Mushfiq and Mr. Mahfuz Rahman for their interventions as special guests, and Mr. Alexander Jack now and Mr. Anwar Islam Chaudhry for their interventions as panelists. And of course, all of you for your comments and questions. And finally, of course, to our chief guest, Mr. Anwar Islam, for his participation in today's program and expressing his solidarity with the private sector in moving this program forward. But before I conclude, I believe Shabbir Mahbub, the Joint Secretary General, has an announcement to make. So would you please make that announcement?